So let's click record. Fantastic. All right, so you should be seeing my screen. Let's get this show on the road. Okay, cool. So welcome. My name is George Hardwick. Welcome to Unleash Your Creativity, the inaugural online training class to help you guys get in touch with your creativity and, really start gaining the benefits that come from that. If at any point you've got any issues with the sound or, the exercises, just pop the questions over and we'll get that sorted. So let me just tell you quickly what you're looking at. And that's a photo of me on stage in Myanmar. And I was there at the back end of last year to help my mentor, Harry Singer, deliver a number of youth leadership and teachers empowerment camps. And it's from what I shared on stage at those events that this class has really kind of taken its content. So I just wanted to kind of honor what I did there and the incredible energy of the people there. I mean, honestly, you think some kind of Tony Robbins personal development event or some crazy, rock concert has got nuts energy. But let me tell you that the young people of Myanmar and their teachers, just some of the most incredibly energetic people I've ever seen. And I also want to reference that because to be creative, we need energy. Sometimes a different kind of energy. Sometimes it's a soft energy. Sometimes it's a powerful energy. But we really need to feel energized if we're going to get the most out of being creative. And actually, if our creativity is gonna flow as we'd like it to. So, I wanted to begin by just honoring it, where this all started and bigging up any of the folks from Myanmar who are on this class or any who are going to be watching the recording. Let me give you a quick heads up on what's going to be happening over the next, hour, maybe a little longer. I want to make sure you guys have got time to really do the exercises. So I've stretched it out to about an hour and a half, but I think we should be done within, hour and 15 minutes or so. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about who I am and how this webinar came about in terms of why I was really motivated to start sharing it with you. And I'm going to tell you a bit about what you'll get out of it. Then we're going to do some just cool exercises, some really cool stuff that's going to help you to connect with who you are and what you want to be doing in the world, and then how we can understand those things from a symbolic and creative perspective to really help it go deeper and to bring out some great learning. And then towards the end, I'm going to let you know how you can support me if you'd like to, because I have a particular talent that I love sharing that tends to make people cry happy tears, which is seriously a good thing. So I'll let you know how you can support that if you want to. And then we'll bring it all together into what I believe will be a lasting resource that, will really serve you for, many months and years to come. And what the cool thing is, I've also made sure that at the end of this, you can access all the exercises as templates that you can then share with your friends, your family, your children, anyone you want to kind of, connect with and give them the gift of some creativity. I've made it so easy for you. So that's cool. I'll show you how to do that as well. Sweet. So that's what we got planned. Let's get into this. So who am I? Why am I here? What am I doing this for? Well, I regard myself, and I guess I present myself to the world as primarily a personal development poet. And what that means is I use the power of words and creativity to inspire people, to educate people, and to transform their perspectives. Those are the three words that I really guess I like to kind of bring into the world: inspiration, education, and transformation. And I do that primarily, like I said, through poetry and performance. But I also, in my community, I do a lot of youth work. So I guess my fundamental big why, the big reason I believe I'm here on this planet, is to help tell a better story of life on Earth. I believe as human beings, we are awesomely, capable. And yet at the moment, I guess the story I see being told, we're living at maybe at, 10%, 20% of our real potential. And I believe living a more fully, potentially realized life starts with believing in and starting to tell a better story with our lives. And that's why I'm here on this earth, and everything I do is designed around trying to tell a better story and to serve everybody on this earth and all species on this planet. I've got a passionate love for nature, and I love bringing people into nature and connecting with nature. That's it just really juices me. And this class has really come about. The desire to share it with you has come about because if we want to tell a better story of life on earth, if we want to live a life that is more fulfilled, and if we want to see a world that makes us proud, I think the key is we're going to have to become more resourceful in how we rise to the challenges that we face and how we deal with the problems that we have to deal with. And for me, the key to being resourceful and to developing our resourcefulness is creativity. Because the more creative you are, the more resourceful you're going to be, and the more solutions to problems you're going to see, and the more effective you're going to be. And I see so often, every day I see people who have suppressed their creativity. You ask a class of 4-year-olds, who can sing? You ask them, who can sing? Put your hand up. Who can sing? Who can draw a great picture? Every single one of the young people in that class will raise their hand, because as kids, we believe we're capable of doing anything. And you know what? We're right. And yet when you ask a class of 10-year-olds who can sing, who can draw a great picture, you'd be lucky if you got 3 or 4 hands going up. And so somewhere along the line, we're learning to suppress our creativity. And as a result, I feel it's a really key contributing factor to the challenges in the world that we see. And to flip that, I want to share with you a very quick story that really anchors all of these things I've been talking about why I'm motivated to be here sharing with you. I was running, back in 2006, poetry slam workshops in schools. And there was a particular moment where the penny dropped. We have these moments where suddenly we just see things in crystal focus. If you're drunk, you might call it the moment of clarity. But for me, I was alive. I was thrilled to be serving and sharing, slam poetry with young people. And in one of the exercises that I'm going to share with you later this evening, this young 12-year-old boy stood up to share what he'd written. And he stands up a little nervously, shuffles his paper, and I hushed the rest of the hall. And he clears his throat and brings the mic to his mouth. And he says the following words that changed my perspective on everything and really motivated me to start sharing the power of creativity, because I saw how powerful. This young boy just said the following: if I could see history, it would be a blank page waiting to be written. And I was like, I was speechless for a moment before giving him rapturous round of applause and, just telling him how amazing, because I knew in that moment that if we can get young people, adults, thinking creatively, if they can develop perspectives like that, history is a blank page waiting to be written, then we're going to develop the resourcefulness we need, and we're going to create amazing things in this world. And since then, following that motivation, I really started sharing that, developing the tools that could go into schools, youth clubs, could go to conferences, and could share the power of creativity with people. And since that time, I've been blessed to serve at so many amazing events, sharing my poetry, sharing my gifts of creativity. Back in March, I was blessed to speak on the same stage as Richard Branson. In last April, I was in Kenya and I performed before 7 million people on Kenyan national television. And all of these have come from a desire to share my purpose with the world, to help tell a better story, and to bring the gifts of creativity to as many people as I can. So that's why we're here tonight. And I want to thank you for being here, for showing up, and for playing full out as we're going to. So what's going to be in it for you tonight? Well, I make you 3 promises. And they're linked to, like I say, my desire to spread inspiration, education, and transformation. Because tonight, I guarantee that if you play full out and if you do the exercises that I've got for you, which are, just some cool fun, but you will need a pen and paper. If you do the exercises, you will have written at least 3 poems. Now, I don't care if that prospect brings you out in a cold sweat, because honestly, they're effortless. It's so easy, and I'm here to support you. And I know that everyone here tonight is here to support you as well. So if you're someone who is just, that's just terrible, the thought of writing poetry, it's cool. It's going to be easy. And if you're someone who's like a budding Shakespeare and you're like, all right, bring it on, well, then you're going to love this. You're going to love this just as much, if not more so. So I promise you, you're going to write at least 3 poems. I'm going to give you some amazing, cool exercises. So the poems, that's the inspiration. You're going to be inspired to discover that you can write poems effortlessly. I'm going to let you share the gifts. You're going to be able to educate, because I'm going to give you the cool exercises that you're going to be able to share with, the people you love and those around you. And finally, I'm going to transform your perspective of what creativity is. Because when you connect with your creativity, it's going to stretch not just your comfort zone in that particular area. I believe it's going to stretch your entire perspective of what you're capable of what's possible. And so in that sense, I really want to hope that I transform your perspective by helping you to connect with your creativity. So first up, let's get into this. I hope you've got a pen, a piece of paper, an iPad, anything. You're going to need to interact with this here. So let's get into this, because the first exercise I want to share with you is called Your Gift to the World. And I said I'm here to create a better story of life on this earth. That's my purpose. And I believe that the reason we each have a unique fingerprint, a fingerprint that is unique among 7 billion others, is because we each have a gift to share with the world. A gift the world needs, and a gift that will bring us alive every moment we give it. And I want to just pre-frame this exercise by saying, if you have that little voice inside you that tells you you're not good enough, that tells you can't be this, it can't be that you're not creative, that you're not rich enough, that you're not clever enough, beautiful enough, from this moment on, just for the duration of this exercise, you can let it back into your life if you want, but for now, just tell it to get lost, get out of here, because it's not welcome. The first part of this exercise is I want you to connect with the power that would come. If you could be, do, or have anything, what would you wish for yourself? So just complete that statement. If I could be, do, or have anything, what I would wish for myself is. And just take a couple of moments to complete that sentence. Anything is possible. What would you wish for yourself? If you could be, do, or have anything. Don't censor it, just let it flow. Anything is possible, remember. If you could be, do, or have anything. And when you've written as much as you reckon you can, just pop done in the chat box. If you could be, do, or have anything, what would you wish for yourself? Cool, done. We've got a few dones. I'll give you guys a few more moments. Georgie, you're loving it. Fantastic. It's just an honor to be sharing with you guys. So just keep writing, keep writing. If you could be, do, or have anything, What would you wish for yourself? Give yourself the gift. Okay, cool. I'll give you about 1 more minute, guys. I hope you've all written down something at least. Don't forget, you're getting these exercises. You can come back to it whenever you want. All right, so about another 30 seconds. What would you wish for yourself? Give yourself that gift if you could be, do, or have anything. Fantastic. Wrap it up then, guys. And stop. Brilliant. So thank you for beginning this. Thank you for playing full out. That's the first part. That's where we've considered what would we like for ourselves. Because so often, we're told this ego, we can't love ourselves. Mate, that's absolute, just nudges. The first place we've got to start is with loving ourselves. And once we give ourselves that gift, the next thing I want you guys to consider is what would you give to the world? If you could be, do, or have anything, and you have these things you wish for yourself, what would you give to the world? So just complete this statement. The gift I'd love to give that would make the world an even better place would be. Gifts I'd love to give that would make the world an even better place would be. How would you serve the world? How would you serve? And again, take a couple of minutes, and when you're done, just pop done in the box. How would you serve the world? You could be doing anything and you could be enriching the world just by being who you are and doing what you do. What gift would you give the world? How would you make it a better place? So keep writing, take about 1 more minute. And when you've done that, I'm going to see if anyone would like to share. I'm hoping that all the audio and everything will work properly. So just keep writing. How would you serve the world? What gift would you give the world? Okay, about 30 seconds more. Starting to wrap it up. And stop there. Fantastic. Thank you, guys. Okay, so in the chat box, just pop if anyone would like to share their gift to the world, if they could be, do, or have anything what they'd wish, and the gift they give to the world, just say yes, please, in the chat box. And if no one wants to, that's cool. But I think please give us that gift. What's this brought up for you? How's this felt for you? Who'd like to share? Just pop yes, please, in the chat box. See, some of you are still writing. Okay, fantastic. All right, so we're feeling like we've got a shy light this evening. Oh, here we go. Marin is stepping up. In a word, inspiration. And both Marin and I had a fantastic evening last night where the topic of some great talks, inspiration just flowed through everything. And so thank you, Marilyn, for sharing. Anyone else wants to share, please do. If you could be, do, or have anything. I hope you guys got some value out of that first exercise. And so we've begun by considering you, who you are, what your gift to the world is. And I want to really step this up now and go a little deeper, because there are many ways to gain the gift of creativity and to explore it and bring it into your life. For me, it's poetry. So some people would choose drawing and art to engage with you. For me, the gift I have is poetry, and that's how I'm going to share the gift of creativity with you tonight. So I guess we need to connect a bit more with what poetry is. And in particular, poetry in motion. Because this is not some staid, sit in a book creativity that we're trying to bring into our lives. We want something that's active, that's vibrant, that's going to benefit us day to day. And so the next exercise I want you guys to just get into is to give me your definition of poetry in motion. So what is your definition of poetry in motion? Just take 30 seconds and note down your definition. What is poetry in motion? We all there? Fantastic. All right, 10 seconds. Let's do this. Okay, so poetry in motion. I'm going to share my definition with you, and then one that's a bit more, dictionary-like, okay? Because you know what my definition of poetry in motion is? You are. Like I said, you've got a unique fingerprint amongst 7 billion people. So for me, every breath you take, every step you walk, you are living examples of poetry in motion. And, you're beautiful. Like I said, love yourself. You are poetry in motion. For me, that is just the absolute truth. Now, I guess the slightly more dictionary definition type is the highest artistic expression of a living moment in time. And I guess what that really means is it's poetry in motion is something that's alive in the world. It's a moment where I guess life and creativity and the perception of that come together in a beautiful moment. So, I'm a big football fan, and in particular I'm a Spurs fan. And I don't know if you guys know, but Spurs, they have this massive rivalry with a team called Arsenal. And for Spurs fans out there, I'm ashamed to admit it, but for me, I used to love watching a player called Thierry Henry play. He was this footballer who was just so graceful and so skilled with such beautiful technique that some of his goals, you'd literally hear the commentators go, Henry, Henry, oh, that is beautiful, what a goal, that is pure poetry in motion. And for me, that I always remember just those incredible moments. And that's what I really want to connect with in this next exercise, is moments in your life which are poetry in motion. And this next exercise we're going to do is called the 5 senses. And it's called the 5 senses because we're really going to start stretching our imagination here. Because creativity, it's like a muscle. You have to just use it. And the prime muscle that helps your creativity muscle develop is your imagination. So right now, I want you to imagine that your life is poetry in motion. And I want you to imagine that you can see your life as poetry in motion, that you can hear your life as poetry in motion, that you can taste your life as poetry in motion, that you can touch your life, you can feel it as poetry in motion, and that you can hear it as poetry in motion. So just complete the following statements. When my life is poetry in motion, it looks like, it sounds like, it feels like, it tastes like, and it smells like. So I'm going to do this exercise as well so that we've all got something to share. So go ahead. When my life is poetry in motion, it looks like, it sounds like, it feels like. So maybe it looks like a beautiful sunrise at dawn. Maybe it sounds like birds in the trees. Maybe it feels like the embrace from your son or daughter. So go ahead, just really let your imagination play. There's no right or wrong answers. There's just the beautiful poetry in motion answers that you come up with. So go ahead and complete those sentences now. Fantastic. What does your life look like, sound like, feel like when it's poetry in motion, when it's amazing, when it's the best, when it's beautiful, when it's graceful? All these things. What moments come to mind? What moments come to your heart? What do they look like? What are the sounds, the tastes, the touches, the smells? How are we getting on, folks? Need a little more time? Are you guys done? Let me know. Okay, amazing, amazing. Just seen a load of you guys sharing. Thank you so much. Amazing. Okay, so we've got a few people done. Brilliant. Just give those the others maybe 30 seconds more. If you haven't got them all, like I say, you can come back to these. This is just to start stretching your imagination and working that creativity muscle. When your life's poetry in motion, what does it sound like, feel like, look like, taste like, smell like? Oh, amazing. So while you guys are just finishing off, I'm going to just share what Georgia's popped up here because that's fantastic. So for Georgia, when her life is poetry in motion, it looks like freedom. It sounds like a moment of improvisation. It feels like dancing with every fiber of your body. It tastes like the fresh nectar from a honeysuckle flower. And it smells like the spices and the nature of the earth. And the spices and the earth of nature. I mean, amazing. Thank you. If anyone else wants to share, please go ahead. Amazing. So, I'll share mine very quickly. Um, Obviously, yours will probably be, 10 times better because you're just amazing. So for me, when my life is poetry in motion, it looks like sunset from the balcony of my flat. And it looks like my wife when she dances. It sounds like the grateful applause of a crowd after I've finished one of my poems. It feels like the fresh wet dew underfoot on a beautiful spring morning. It smells like a freshly brewed chai tea. And it tastes like a fresh salad with honey and lemon dressing. Fantastic. So guys, we're gonna keep moving on. And thank you so much for those who shared and for playing full out and for really just showing up and being you. Thank you so much. Okay, so the reason I wanted you guys to connect with that exercise is because inside us we have this incredibly powerful resource, and it's our unconscious mind. Our subconscious, our unconscious. It's that part of us we access when we start being creative, when we connect with our intuition, with our heart. And the reason I've shared this with you is because our unconscious mind, perhaps the most powerful part of us, understands the world in symbolic language. So when we start to imagine our life symbolically, we start to really embody our lives as we'd like them to be. So the power of this exercise is you guys have connected with those moments in your life and the things in your life that are important to you. And if we want to achieve anything in life, perhaps the most vital first step is clarity. And here, with this exercise, you've peeled back a layer and you've gone for some really deep clarity. And if you were to explain this to some scientists, they might not get what you were talking about. But to you, you know this is true and you know this is real. So you've got that fantastic clarity. So thank you for playing full out with this exercise. But you see, here's the thing. In life, it's not always poetry in motion. It's not always poetry in motion. And so the next thing I want you guys to connect with is your challenge. Because there are times in life when we're definitely challenged. When, everything just sucks, to put it frankly. When things are a bit crap. And a beautiful lesson that, a gentleman named Harry Singer taught me was that in anything in life, it takes more energy to suppress things than it does to express them. And I'm sure many of you listening have heard that phrase and know that phrase and have found the benefits of it experientially in your lives. And this exercise is really about that. Because when we run from our challenges, there's almost no point in us developing our creativity, because the real place we want to be using it, yes, we want to use it to connect with our brilliance, with our poetry in motion, but we want it to develop the resourcefulness so that we can move through our challenges, so that our challenges can be transformed into gifts, into lessons, into learning. And if we suppress our challenges, if we just ignore them, then we're going to do ourselves more damage and we're not going to be able to connect with them and move beyond them. So the first part of this exercise is to connect with that challenge. So just complete this statement for me. In my life, my biggest challenge is. And don't be afraid to really go there. I know it can be painful. I know it can bring up some stuff. But remember, it's more powerful when you express. So don't suppress it anymore. And here, just keep writing. If you want to write out loads of different challenges, then fantastic. But try and boil it down to, 2 or 3 real things that if you could solve these, that poetry in motion would be happening more and more often. So what's your biggest challenge? What's that thing that's blocking you? And it may be something physical. It may be a mental attitude. What's your challenge? Okay, take about 10 more seconds. Just write down anything else. Okay, fantastic. And wrap it up there. If you want to share your challenges, you can do. If you want to keep them private, then cool, This is all to serve you. So the next step in this, we realized in the previous exercise the power of connecting with symbolic language. So the next thing is to transform that challenge into a metaphor. So complete that statement. When I think of my challenge symbolically, it's like, or my challenge is. So it might be I'm banging my head against a brick wall, or I feel like I'm choking when I contemplate starting my business, or anything like that. So think of that challenge, bring it as a metaphor. Because when we connect with it symbolically, we're really expressing, we're really letting it come out. Thank you guys for sharing. Could be letting go of issues. Could be your opponent voice. Whatever it is, how's it going to be a metaphor? How are we getting on? We're nearly there? If you've written down your challenge as a metaphor, if you've got your challenge, if you've fully connected, Even if it may be a bit, then thank you. Just let me know. Pop a done in the box. Brilliant. Okay, guys. Just wrapping it up then. And again, you can come back to this. These are just, I'm taking you through this so that you get a real sense of how that connection to creativity can really serve. So thank you. You guys are done. You're done. Okay, cool. That's tough, Louise. Cool. You know, it's something you can connect back to whenever you're ready. So I appreciate that going there at times can be, can be a challenge. That's why we're dealing with this exercise. So thank you for playing out. Thank you for getting involved. Okay, it's tough. I'm getting something that's tough. All right, but if you've even managed to write it down, just literally, that's cool. Because, like I said, long term, we're going to bring this together into a resource that's really going to serve you. And it's the kind of resource you can edit and play with at your leisure. So you can bring back in those metaphors as you choose. Cool. So the next up, we've gone to the challenge. And we've understood the power of metaphor, of connecting with our imagination and with symbolism. Next up, we need to really understand our power. Because when we can connect with our power and with our imagination and creativity, then I guess you guys all know that those challenges we were having, they become laughable. They become things that we were like, what? I can't believe I thought that was a problem. So before we do any writing with this, there's, again, it's just going to be noting down, but in a slightly different way. I want you guys to just put your pen down for a minute. And if you're in a chair, just get comfortably in a chair. Just shake your head a bit, shake your shoulders. Just let your body soften, let your body relax. And as you relax, close your eyes and start to take a few breaths. Really let some oxygen get into that relaxed body of yours. Breathing in deeply, however you're breathing is fine. And just letting yourself soften and relax. And as you soften, and as you connect with your breath, as it expands into your whole body, and you feel that expansive energy start to flow with every breath, just cast your mind back to a moment when you felt invincible, when you felt like you could achieve anything, when you felt so pumped up that if someone had said run a marathon or undertake this task, you'd have been like, yes, I can do this, brilliant. When you felt like you could achieve anything. And as you bring that moment to mind, breathe into it. Really let that power spread itself through your whole body. As you breathe in, what were you doing? What were you smelling as you felt invincible? What were you seeing? What were you hearing when you felt that power? What were you touching? What were the tastes? Where were you? And with that feeling of power now really fully embodied and spreading and surging through you, grab your pen and complete this statement. I am, or I was, fully in my power when. And just write down everything that was happening in that moment, or in those moments, when you felt invincible, like you could do anything. What were you doing? I am or was fully in my power when. And just let that power flow. And that power come to you. Let it flow through your pen. As if every breath you took that was empowered flowed straight into the ink of your pen. You're like, when I'm in my power, boom. And I definitely want to see some shares. When you got some shares, let me know your power place. How are we getting on? We got some power. I reckon this power should definitely, we had to, the challenge was tough. Going there is tough, but this power, I love going to my power place. It's that place where if you're struggling, if you're challenged, you just go, right, I knew I could do this, and now I'm connected there. I'm going back, and this is gonna get done. Fantastic. Okay, so you've got your power. If you want to share, anybody to share up their power, where's your power place? Next up, to complete this exercise, and you're going to see why in a moment, I want you to just bash out some word association. What are your words of power? So just jot down any word associations that come when you think of everything you just wrote down. What are your words of power, the word associations? So, for me, mine was, I think back to when I played cricket and I scored this amazing, innings. And I remember feeling elated as I walk off. So elated. I remember feeling like I was walking on air. I felt victory. I knew we were going to win after I'd done what I did. And there was cheering from my teammates. So what are your words of power? Just keep writing. Just jot down. See if you can come up with 5, 6, 7 words. What are your words of power? You can harvest them from what you wrote when you're fully in your power, or just any words that you connect with as being truly powerful and benefiting you. Guys, some of your sharing is brilliant. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, guys. Okay, so we've got our words of power. We've got our power place, our power statement. And here's why we've done this. Because all of this is building. We're layering things on step by step by step. You to build an amazing house, you start with the foundations. And the foundations are you, your gift to the world. Then we need to understand you as a creative being, you as poetry in motion. Of course, it's better to express than to suppress. So then we layer on the challenge. What's the challenge we're going through? And then we come to the power place as we start to really flesh out the full building. And our next exercise, this one could even be a game. We're going to go into what I call the rhyme map. And in a moment, I'm going to take you through a little video that shows you the rhyme map in action. But I'm just going to pre-frame it for you. So on a fresh page, you've got, just divide your page as you see it there. So you've got your rhyme map and it's divided into 4 quarters. And you'll see it's the 4 exercises we've done so far. And I'm just going to switch up and just going to take you through a quick video to show you how this is going to work, okay? It's kind of like a mind map, but of course, as you can see, it's a rhyme map. All right? So let me just switch this to, where am I going? Oh, here we go. Cool. So who's that handsome fella? See, looking pretty beautiful in my Rocky t-shirt. So I'm going to take you through this. I'm going to talk you through it. I'm just going to kind of fast forward through this. So here you can see the rhyme map. And in the top left corner, I've got the PIM, which stands for Poetry in Motion. So then in that area, I want you to write down, choose from what you wrote in your Poetry in Motion section exercise, any significant words. Okay, so you can see I've got peace, I've got laughter, I've got tea. Not quite sure why I've got tea. I think it's because it smells. And so you're going to note down, 3 or 4 significant, the kind of key words. If you could sum up all your Poetry in Motion in 3 or 4 key words, what words would you pick? And when you've done that, so I'm going to give you time to do this exercise in a second. I'm just going to talk you through it now, okay? So you pick your 3 or 4 key words that really sum up that exercise for you. Then we move into the rhyme map element, which is where you're going to write down, like a mind map, but rhymes, words that rhyme with it. So peace, release. And then I think I've got geese. I don't know why we'd have geese, but it rhymes. Here's the thing. Don't fight it. Creativity is all about letting things flow, okay? So whatever rhymes come, trust me, they're going to be the right rhymes, okay? Creativity is it's about what comes from within, not what you have to force to come out, okay? So we've got piece trees, you've got laughter, after, pasta, and then we've got flee and tree, okay? So you can see that's how we're going to do it. And then we're going to do that same practice for each of the 4 sections on the rhyme map, okay? So select your significant words that sum things up, and then jot your rhymes next to them, connect them with lines, okay? So crack on and do that now. Let's go for it. Have some fun, guys. Like I say, don't try and censor it, just go with it. Have some fun. Whatever words come out, get as many rhymes as you can. Have some fun. I want to see who's got the most rhymes at the end of this exercise, okay? So there we go. Let's go for it. I'm going to do this as well because I love this exercise. And if you really want to stretch this, I'm going to say that, you know, we do this exercise often with, you know, 8, 9, 10-year-olds, and they typically come up with at least three words per significant word. So, you know, I'm looking for, you know, maybe just lots of rhymes. My maths doesn't even go there. Obviously, I'm a words person. So keep writing, keep those rhymes coming. How are we getting on? I reckon should be pretty much getting into the midway through the challenge by about now. If you're already flying with more than that, fantastic. If you need a bit more time, it's all good. This is about you and your pace and your creativity. All right, cool. I hope you're having some fun with your power. And remember your gift to the world. You're definitely amazing. Your heart is blazing. There's nothing phasing you. You can have those ones for free, by the way, if you want. Oh, great. We get some great rhymes. George is going in. Wow, you guys are good. You guys are good. Yeah, I'm glad to see, you know, you're definitely surpassing the 8-year-olds levels. So good. It's a relief. Fantastic. All right, how are we getting on? Just hit me up in the chat box. Let me know. Are we getting into your gift? You guys getting there? Do you want a little bit more time? Because I really want to make sure you guys get this fully, because it makes the next bit that's coming effortless and amazing. So let me know how you're getting on. If you want a bit more time, only halfway. Okay, cool. Sweet. I'll give you a little more time because we're doing well for time. Often on these webinars people run way over, but we're doing well. So I really want to give you guys a chance to really connect with these exercises. And of course, if you are already done, then make some more rhymes. See how many you can come up with. Let's see if we can go for a world record. I reckon I'd be wowed if anyone could get 40 rhymes. And if you're struggling at all, you can have half rhymes. Half rhymes is fine. Remember, this is about you. There's no right answers. This is, that's a fantastic thing. With creativity, there's no right or wrong answers. There's just what is. And often, in fact, more than often, that's the perfect thing. Okay, cool. How are we getting on? Let's just see. Oh, cool. This is cool. You guys are liking this. Amazing. All right, I reckon about 30 more seconds. Just as long as you've each got, at least a rhyme for each of your significant words, that'd be fantastic. What rhymes with wisdom? Ooh, what rhymes with wisdom? Again, half rhymes. You could have kingdom, perhaps. And again, half rhyme things like existence and things like that, because it's that is sound that you get the kind of same syllable sound going. Wisdom, visions. Each of those. Wisdom's a good one. It's not quite orange, but it's a good challenge. I do like a challenge. Anyone else want to pop up? Let's help people out. Warmth. Warmth again. You might go for a half rhyme. Things like fourth. What else we got? Warmth. I mean, here's the thing, dude. You could go for warm, and then you got swarm, storm, norm, form. So again, anyone? So we've got wisdom. There's a question. Anyone else got any rhymes they need? Let's share with each other. Prism. The prism, you can definitely have things like vision, listen, mission. Prism. That's a great word. Wow, that's a significant word. Brilliant. I know that warmth and warm is an easier way out, Pascal, come on, you're a songwriter. You can do these. Oh, prism for wisdom. Okay, nice. Yep, sweet. What rhymes with, let's have a look at music. So music, you can have things like, again, it's half rhyme, but things like use it, lose it, abuse it, choose it. Yeah, anyone else got anything for music? Good. I'm loving the way you guys are helping each other. Mate, Neil, I'm not even going to tell you what website you're obviously looking at. You're probably Neil might be looking at a rhyme website. I think. I tell you what, if there were some of my hip hop friends here, they'd be just spitting and tutting their heads now. It's all about what's inside you. But cool, you're getting resourceful. You're using your creativity. That's fantastic. Wisdom, freedom. Okay, nice. Music. Oh, yeah, so flick, sick, good. Okay. Mate, Harry Singer is a rapper in the house. Actually, it's just Harry's son's not here because the guy is a legend when it comes to rhymes. He'd be putting us all to shame. All right, cool. So I reckon we're doing pretty well. And I want to start bringing this all together now, okay? Because we're reaching kind of the hour mark, and I think we've been doing fantastically. I remember you guys are going to get all these exercises, and you're going to be able to engage with them as often as you want and with who you want. So fantastic. Let's crack on. Brilliant. You got your rhyme maps. I hope you've enjoyed that because I think it's a great little exercise. So next thing we're going to do as we start bringing it all together. Oh, I've showed you that already, haven't I? Fantastic. We're going to create our vision wrap. Okay, and to start this, I want you guys, what do you think RAP stands for? The letters R-A-P. What could it stand for? And maybe give me some literal ones that you think, and maybe give me some creative ones. So does it stand for radical Arabian prince? Or does it stand for, something more posh like rhythmic Arcadian passions? I'm not even sure what those words mean, but let's, what pop up in the chat box. Let's see what we got. What does RAP stand for? Okay, we've got a few rhythm and poetry. Cool. So those are the literal ones. Rhythm and poetry. That's the common. That's the popular one. All right. So let's go a bit more creative. I'm going to say, yep. Congratulations. It does. That's one of the things it stands for. Fantastic. What else could it stand for? There's some good knowledge here as well. You guys are good. Really amazing people. Nice. Raising all positivity. That gets a bruh. Both of those do, I think. You can see my hip hop starting to come out. Mr. Arsenal fan in the house. Red Army people. Well, it's cool. We've talked about Thierry Henry, so I'm going to have to give you that one. Louise, really awesome potential. Fantastic. Could be realizing awesome potential as well. And I hope that's, throughout this evening, that's what you guys have been doing. Because all of you have amazing potential. Sweet. Cool. So that's a little bit of fun to start this off. Because what we're creating here is a rap in a number of ways. In this sense, rap stands for you guys. You are really awesome people. You have really awesome potential. And what I want you guys to do is to make for yourselves a really awesome promise. And that is going to be in the poetry that we're going to create for ourselves. Because now we're going to use our rhyme map and we're going to roll it out like this. First up, let me just click on the right thing. I want to complete this. I want to create a rhyming couplet, which is 2 sentences that rhyme. So my vision is, and this is where you're linking it to your poetry in motion. Okay? It's when you see your life as being amazing. What's your vision? What's the life you'd love to be living? So my vision is a world where, people are free to be the incredible expressions of all they can be. Something like that. Please, don't steal that one. I just made it up. So, what's your vision? And make it rhyme. So go into your rhyme map and use the rhymes in your poetry in motion section to complete that statement. And when you're done, of course, pop it up in the chat box. Let's let people hear it, see it. How are we getting on? Oh, Barry, fantastic. All right, Barry's first up. So I'll share Barry's in a second. Once you guys give you a chance to really let the creativity flow. Okay, cool. How are we getting on? Barry's vision is to be effective, to help people get a positive perspective. Amazing. Oh, Pasco, fantastic. Pasco's vision is where all people live in belief in themselves, living in freedom and abundance of health. Amazing. You guys are beautiful. So keep it going. You guys want a little more time? I hope you're finding your rhyme maps useful now. You can see how it's all linking. Okay, and keep popping your shares. Now we'll just crack on through these, and I'm gonna give you guys a bit of time to really bring your vision wrap to life, because this is your really amazing promise to yourself of how amazing you are. So the next step is that challenge. Is to connect with a challenge and get your rhyming couplet for that. Okay, cool. Next up, how are you going to overcome that challenge? And that's your power place. When you go to your power place and you connect with the rhymes you created for your power place, how are you going to overcome that challenge? So here you're creating a constant reminder of how you're going to overcome your challenge. Oh, amazing. You guys are fantastic. Marilyn's going in. That's hip hop speak for doing amazing, by the way. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so we're overcoming it. And then finally, we're bringing it back, because you're going to overcome it knowing that you're gift to the world. So take your time, guys. I'm going to give you a few moments to really connect with this, okay? And I'm seeing there's a few who are just joining us now. So welcome. And what we're doing here, guys, is we're creating a short rhyming poem that completes the following sentence with 2 statements of rhyme. Amazing. How are you guys getting on? If you're done, pop in a done. You know, if you're halfway, let me know. Let me know how you're getting on. Oh, Barry, fantastic. Pasco, Georgie, you guys, thank you for going for it, because you coming up with some amazing stuff. My gift to the world is to aspire to be a brilliant example that inspires. Amazing. To strive toward love in totality. Only over the hill will I set myself free. You guys are brilliant. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Now is the hour to release your power. If this was your tower, let it rise and flower. Oh, beautiful. How are you guys getting on? You getting there? Okay, cool, cool, cool. We're doing well. I'm just going to give you maybe 1 more minute. Cool. Last one, last one. Okay, cool. Yep. So take a little time. Here we go. Cool. And if you are done, let me know, because let's see if we can get. I think it's going to be amazing if we can do this. Let's see if we can get some sharing going on, some like proper sharing, where we can hear you guys. So if anyone would like to read what they've done, just pop yes please into the box, and I'll let you guys. I'll see if I can sort that out. I believe the technology exists. Let's share our vision wraps. You know, you really amazing, awesome people. You're really amazing promises. Mate, Mr. Steve Woody arriving late, coming up with some corking stuff there. Fantastic, guys. You guys got talent. Okay, so George, you're saying you give it a try. All right, so let's give this a try. Do you guys want to hear what you guys have been doing? Do you want to share with the group? So what I'm about to do, I'm going to mute myself and then unmute Georgia so you can hear her awesomeness, okay? I hope you've got a mic, Georgia, if you're on some form of Mac or a headset. And if it's not coming through immediately, then we'll try someone else. But let's give this a go, shall we? So I'm going to unmute Georgia there. And so, Georgia, can you speak? I'm not hearing anything.
About now.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. So Georgia's in. I'm going to mute myself so you guys.
Okay.
On three, Georgia, take it away and let the group know how amazing you are. I'm just going to mute me. 3, 2, 1, go.
I hope you can hear me okay. I don't know if it's too loud, but I think what George is doing is incredible, so I'm going to embrace it. This is my gift to the world. In a motion of dance, I hope to heal, hope to glance, a hint of humanity's self-empowering stance. Thanks.
All right, guys, can we have an absolutely massive, huge virtual round of applause? If you love what George just wrote, put something in the chat box because that was amazing. All right, nice. I hope people are giving George some love. Fantastic. Okay, guys, so I'm going to mute up Georgia. Anyone else fancy sharing? Please do. It's going to be, that was amazing. Thank you, Georgia. Anyone else? Anyone else? Because I'm definitely going to share mine with you because you guys have inspired me hugely. God, I know there's poets out there who just, today you guys have done incredibly. Okay, cool. So while you guys are getting your fingers typing and saying, yes, please, I'd like to share, shall I share with you mine? It's a little thing I knocked up. Okay, cool. Here we go. So, my vision is abundant peace and smiles on faces, proving what the true wealth of the human race is. I want to be a spark who ignites blazing hearts, and I know the time is now, so I must make a start. But my challenge is doubt and the ego's fear, meaning I push away success every time it's near. Though I know, in truth, that's an illusion I choose, for I have so many resources that I can use. So I'll overcome it by connecting to my awesome power and giving love to myself every minute of every hour. And by asking for help every time I need it, as I help others to achieve their wildest dreaming. My gift to the world is my words and creative mind, and knowing a better story of life is ours to find. So I'll give it by serving, sharing, and inspiring all, as I gratefully honour my heart's true call. Guys, thank you for inspiring me because you helped me form those words. Thank you so much. And we're going to start bringing this to a close. And what I want to really let you guys know going forward is a couple of things. By the way, let me just check. Have you guys enjoyed this? Have you got some value out of this, connecting with your creativity? Let me know. Pop something in the box. Let me know. Let me know that this has been, good for you. This has been something that's had value and something that's, you appreciate. What did you learn? What did you discover? So let me tell you, thank you guys for what you're sharing. Thank you so much. Let me tell you about going forward, because I want to make sure that you guys have access to these exercises. Oh, guys, Mark, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Wow. So listen, if you want it, I want you guys to have these. So here's what you can do. Okay. If you head over to this web address, it's going to have two things. Okay. It's going to have all the exercises that you can download. It's also going to have an opportunity for you to support me, because for you guys on the webinar, I'm going to offer what I call my gift wraps at half price, because it's a thank you for, showing up and letting me share my gift, and for sharing your gifts. And it's about gifts, because what I love doing is taking the kind of process we've just done for someone you love, where you send me fantastic stories and anecdotes, and I take all that magic and I convert it into a gift wrap that I then perform in a video and send you as an audio recording, so that you have a gift that will last a lifetime, that lets someone you love know how amazing and how special they are. And listen, I wouldn't know, I'd sell if a cricket ball came and hit me in the face. So here is, when you head over and get your exercises so you can share with your family, your loved ones, then there'll also be a chance to support me if you want. So if you'd like to do that, cool, amazing. The main thing I want to say as we wrap this up, no pun intended, or was there? The main thing I want to say is this. Thank you. I'm going to pop right now the web address for you so you can go and get the exercises. And if you've enjoyed this, I reckon I'm going to do it. I've loved doing this. I'm going to do another one on Sunday evening at the same time. So if you've enjoyed this, and if you think that, if you know anybody, maybe you know some young people who love, rap and poetry. Maybe your mum, she kind of knocks around at home and she'd like something to do on a Sunday evening. I'm going to do another one on Sunday evening. So please let people know that it was cool. We've got so many ways of doing that with the Twitters, the Facebooks. So thank you. And if you've enjoyed it, please let people know. Here's the link to get where's the link? Have you guys got it? I hope I've sent that to all of you now. It's georgehardwick.com/creativity. And please go there, get your exercises, support me if you'd like. And on Sunday, what's the link for Sunday? Sweet, that's going to swing around Facebook when I've finished here. So stay tuned, watch out. I'm going to let you guys all know. You guys have all been on this, so I've got your email. I'll pop you an email with the link, and you can share it with your people if you want, because just thank you. And have an amazing rest of the evening. Have an amazing few days. If you want to do this all again on Sunday, now that you've got the practice, because like I said, creativity, it's a muscle. Practice, practice, practice. So thank you for letting me share your gift. Thank you for sharing your gifts. And please share how you've enjoyed this with everybody, because here's the thing, you've given your gifts, but the more we give gifts, the more we inspire the world, and the more power we have to change the world together. So thank you so much. Thank you for being you, and I'll see you whenever I see you. Just let me know. I love you guys. Thank you.